watched it?
Yeah.
Well, no. Animals are not food.
They are.
What? If you watch the documentary, you see what you think this child here, this infant cow, wants to die.
They're sick. So they gotta get out.
Do you eat animals? I used to too.
I love chicken.
Did you ever think about going vegan? No? Why
You
not?
do?
Yeah, I went vegan like 2 years ago because I feel, they sell plant-based foods now. They don't want to die though. Did you know a pig spends its entire life in a shed? Can you imagine being that pig there? Your entire life in a shed? It's disgusting, If you can choose plant-based pork, plant-based steaks, and let them live, right?
They gotta go.
Maybe. You've always got a choice though.
They gotta go.
Hey, I know you haven't watched the documentary. Check it out, it's free to watch online.
No.
Very It's
It's
educational, bro. You folks want to see why I'm out here today? Check out the documentary Dominion, it's free to watch. Close-minded. Some people are just unreachable, but I'll never stop. You want to see why we're out here today? You girls never thought about going vegan? Good for you. You folks want to see why we're out here today?
No, thank you.
Check out the free documentary online, dominion.com. It's free to watch.
Hello.
You are?
Guys out here doing this.
How long you been vegan?
8 years.
8 years. Can I ask you, why did you go vegan?
Well, we were vegetarian before.
Okay.
And
Me too.
then,
Went vegetarian because of a really smart dog, basically, is what it comes
well,
down
but
to.
vegan, but
Went
vegetarian.
No, that was vegetarian. They were already, Power was dead by the time. Power passed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you went vegetarian because of...
Of our dogs.
Our
had
dog, we
dogs,
just
right.
realized-
They were really smart. And so,
made us realize there was a lot more out going on in the world than...
But life is precious.
Yeah.
Life's
Yes.
precious, so you made the connection and went vegan.
Yep.
And then the vegan part was partially that, but
Yeah.
also health. Like I got
Health.
really bad acid reflux from finally realized it was dairy.
I had
I've been
it
having
too.
for ages.
I used to take
Nobody ever- I
Nexium
went
and
to so many
drugs.
doctors, and nobody ever once said, "Hey,
No,
it could be dairy."
they'd write you a
Better
prescription.
now,
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good for you guys.
I feel so much better.
I've been vegan 2 years. I went vegan because I realised life's precious, and a little self-education, watching free documentaries.
See, and that's when I'm like, well, I don't need to watch this anymore.
Like,
Yeah, this is kind of tough talk. Yeah, have you watched Dominion?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Well,
was
we read
hard
the
to
book.
watch.
yeah, we read
The
the book. I don't
documentary.
think we watched the
We
movie.
watched the movie, read the book.
Yeah, it was.
And that was a huge turning point, even reading that book.
So we stand out here. We just want people just to look at it and just
Yeah.
think, "Oh my gosh,"
Right.
and then
People just don't
and then
know
go
where
home,
things come from.
and we're planting seeds.
That's the key. 'Cause people,
We show so many vegetarians this, and they don't realize what goes on in the egg
Right.
industries as the
Yeah.
babies are chopped
Yeah.
up alive. And I mean,
Yeah.
you could
The
just see them
males,
like
yeah.
they gaff. They just have
Yeah.
no idea what they're really paying for.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
So
amazing
it's-
once you become vegetarian. Once you
Yeah.
become vegan, you're just like, why didn't I do this
Yeah.
before?
I
Why
Right.
did I-
vegetarian
Many
for
years
Why did I
ago.
make that
Yeah.
weird connection?
We had a
Together.
good friend that was
I
I was
understood.
40
vegan.
when
We
I
were
went vegan.
vegetarian at the time.
48
She was like,
years
well,
of
you'll
not
get back.
looking.
We're like, no,
Yep.
not possible.
Yeah.
That's what we're all
And
into.
I actually went to college,
Yeah.
agricultural
When I did,
college, and worked
can't
on a
believe I
farm
didn't
for many
go
years.
sooner, 'cause
Yeah.
Wow.
It was such an easy transition.
Never ever.
It was going to be hard.
Right.
But we let
I
ourselves
think
do it.
I think the world has been. It's the way we're brought up as well. We've been
And
conditioned
now I just do baby
and
stuff, like I was telling my
desensitized
mom,
to think
like,
food is
switch
food.
her over to plant-based milk.
You just can't see them being
You know,
killed. Don't
it's
look.
not cow.
Don't
Right.
look.
Yep.
You wouldn't kill them yourself.
she
Don't
goes out
look.
with that, she
Just
always-
eat your meat. I remember my mother as a child
Yeah.
saying, "You're not leaving that table
So,
till you eat your
Yeah.
meat."
And then Thanksgiving, she's always
Well, I find it
trying
funny
to
because
find
I
stuff.
That's all I pretty much. I didn't
Yeah.
eat much
You know?
vegetables when I was growing
I got
up.
my
Yeah.
mom
I never
to
lived
stop
healthy.
using
I still don't know.
But
I
what's
eat
weird is
vegan
I
junk
never
food.
liked steak. Like I still, I was allergic to poultry, so that was one thing. So I haven't eaten poultry in ages. But like steak, like I've never liked eating
And I
steak.
mean
Like I remember as a
sausages.
kid just kind of like trying to
I don't
eat as
think she's
minimal as I
tried-
could.
I don't
And I think
she's
even
eaten
back then
regular
I probably
sausages.
knew.
I think back when every time I used to eat steak, I used to think to myself, look at it,
That was-
and think to myself,
that was one of
I'm
them
not
that I
sure
checked
I'm meant to be
packages on. I was like, oh, man.
eating this.
Yeah.
You know, when kind of the religious part of me comes in, hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Oh, we'll wait until it goes dark and we're going to put it up on that wall there.
Nice.
Have you
Yeah.
guys tried her restaurant? She owes Archibalds up there.
We had
100%
that
vegan.
before the game.
We just went out. Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
It
We
was
had
really
it
great.
too.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, we took that to our tailgate.
Yeah. Oh wow. That's awesome.
The rest
Oh,
of the family was
nice.
Mexican. I'm like, go buy Archibalds and we'll meet you there. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this was great.
I'll let you guys.
So, you
talk
know,
to some people to convert.
Convince me.
so you're from Lawrence?
No, we're Kansas City.
Oh, Kansas
We
City.
came in for the game.
Oh yeah.
We have a group on Facebook. It's called Midwest Animal Rights.
Okay.
So, and we do a couple of things. Have you heard of Anonymous for the Voiceless?
Yes.
I used to
So
like
I do one-on-one outreach on the streets here, and I convince people if they're guilty, you know. And then we hand out flyers about this little link here gives people a link to all the possible documentaries that you can argue about, you know, and it kind of self-education. So if you ever feel like speaking up for the animals, we're out here Saturday nights. You can come out for an hour, hand out flyers, do whatever, you know.
Do you get people arguing? Do you get like any heated like?
We're very good about going into deep conversations, and there's a secret to outreaching with people when they start getting angry or mad or whatever. If I've got to try and always put you in the animal's position. I'm keeping you looking at this screen constantly,
Yes.
and I can tell when it's time, and I'm going to say, well, thank you for stopping, and just let you go.
Because that's always my frustration is, it's fine. You don't want to be vegan, you don't everything, but
we was terrified the first time we ever came out here.
can only imagine.
My mind went blank,
Uh-huh.
you know, in that first conversation when someone said, well, I love cheese. I'm like, blank. but now we've kind of been doing this for a couple of years now, a year and a half now, and we're very educated on all objections, and we put ourselves in the animal's position, so that kind of controls that anger and
Just get tired of
frustration
arguing with
debates.
It's like, why am I arguing with you about this? Like, you obviously don't have any
We get
interest
some
in
that are
it.
tough to deal with. I've had a few when I first started that I should have walked away sooner than I did. But yeah, I'm trying to now, just like he said, I'd rather speak to somebody that I'm going to make a change with than waste my time with somebody that's just trying to piss me off.
Right.
You're just going to
Yeah.
be people that are just
Oh
going to come up
yeah,
whining and argue.
that's
You
literally
know
all they're
just
doing
what
is
you're
trying to
saying.
piss you
Oh,
off. So like,
let me give you
I feel like if I got to
Audio.
that point, they win. You know, like, they achieved what they wanted.
So you guys don't have to come out or whatever, but this is our group on Facebook.
Nice.
Yeah, just hit us up, join the group, and we record everything out here. So we post videos up there of conversations that we actually have with people that we feel it's going to be beneficial to for everyone else to watch. So you can watch them. We appreciate any kind of negative feedback, positive feedback, whatever it's to help us be better. So that would be cool.
We take constructive criticism well. You know, we're
That's
trying
better than word than negative. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, definitely.
We're trying to learn. You know, we're learning as we go. So
Are you both live in Lawrence?
yeah,
I'm
we're
I'm
both living in
Topeka.
Topeka.
I find Lawrence is weird because I've always felt it's a very progressive city, but there's very little vegan
When it comes to
restaurants
this,
here.
it's kind of strange. I thought it would be a little more open-minded than it is, but
You've eaten at cafe. Oh, sorry.
no, God, I've learned some are a little bit
Good, what?
harder to, I've learned some are a little hard to get through.
Cafe Gratitude,
Okay.
one of my favourite restaurants.
We live just not too far from there.
I went in
so-
there with my son. My son's not vegan, unfortunately. But we went in and I said, you can order anything you want. I didn't realise you pay up front. It's super expensive too.
Yeah,
But there you go.
yeah, that's one of the biggest. We don't eat at Cafe Gratitude a whole lot just because it is
Right.
expensive.
But still, it's good to see vegan restaurants popping up. I really.
Did you guys go to Veg Fest last weekend?
We didn't. Totally.
It was nice.
You did go?
Yeah. I went and I worked at a booth for Shy 38. I don't know if you know Shy 38.
I do.
So I volunteer out there. Yeah, so I went out and we had a booth out there and talked to a lot of people. It was awesome.
Yeah, probably up to about 9. Yeah.
It was so nice being in a place that
Thank you.
we didn't really have to explain to anybody why we're doing what we're doing. Because we went to a few concerts for the Shy 38 booth. And I mean, we've had people walk up like, well, why are you doing this? Why don't you just chop them up into hamburgers? And we're like, thanks for your time, but
move along.
At Veg Fest, though, everybody walked up and they're like, oh my gosh, I love what you guys are doing. So it was a whole nother crowd. I loved it. It was a great day.
I got a new camera and I really want to take some animal photographs. Would Shy 38 be alright if I
I'm sure, but
contacted them?
Yeah, just contact.
I follow them on Facebook, so I've always been like...
Or Chris Taylor is the owner.
Oh, Shy 38, yeah.
So
you might have to do the orientation to come down or something, I don't know. But
yeah, if you wanted to come out and do the picture, she would.
She might even want to use them.
I do videos and pictures. I do a lot of videos down there of the animals and pictures. And I've got them on a YouTube channel of all the animals there, so it's pretty cool.
We've talked about wanting to eat some cow in different pictures in the kitchen to remind ourselves of
we sat down in a hay bale right by the cows, and they came and sat down beside us. And it's very intense, emotional moments for us, you know.
Scratching under his chin, and I mean it's just so great. Just a giant puppy, you know.
We did Woodstock Farms in New York, the sanctuary.
Oh really?
Oh wow.
And we volunteered there and just spent the day there. Oh my gosh,
nice.
Such an amazing experience.
It was, yeah.
We got everything there.
Well, they put you to work and be like, clean out the duck.
Yeah.
You had to do that.
I go down and, like I said,
I just do the watering. I just water them. I ain't got much time. I go around, water the cows, do all the watering, and then I leave. So, but I get to hang out with the animals.
I know.
But yeah,
free.
we have ducks. We have about 180 ducks.
The
so amazing.
I stand next to at first the horses were a little standoff, a little nervous, but when I go now, they come right up to me, push their head right into me, and it's good. Take some carrots sometimes. They go crazy for carrots.
35 pigs, like 12 cows on there. A few goats and sheep.
Okay, go watch. I got my eyes.
That's the problem. Your eyes immediately go to any videos. Like, oh hey, hello.
Yeah, we force ourselves.
You're here to do. So really appreciate it.
Take care, guys.
Have a nice day.
You folks want to see why we're here today? Yeah, it's getting time for the projector.